I'm Natalie Joyce and I'm responsible for people and social responsibility at RiskSTOP Group. Hi everyone and welcome to another episode of our People at the Heart podcast, where we like to chat about all kinds of things, both serious and light-hearted, connected with our team and our work here at RiskSTOP Group. Today, myself and Abbie are delighted to welcome Hart and Robbie Piper to RiskSTOP Group. Ollie and Robbie are learners at Autism Unlimited and RiskSTOP Group has an ongoing partnership with them. Autism Unlimited exists to support and empower autistic children, adults and their families. They partner them to find solutions and provide educational and life skills. Now, we're dedicated to continuing our partnership and we'd like to thank Ollie and Robbie for being with us today to talk about their time as learners with Autism Unlimited.
So my name's Abbie. I'm a team leader here at Rebuild Cost Assessment and I also run the Neurodiversity Support Group. So can you tell me a little bit about yourself and what are your interests?
Yeah, and I'm autistic and I'm also Robbie. I'm into films. I like Star Wars, I like James Bond, I like Marvel movies, I like animated movies, and I like the band Green Day. My favourite Green Day song is one of the original song, American Idiot. And I know how it goes. Don't want to be an American idiot. Da, 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 da.
Love it.
Amazing, perfect rendition.
One of the main interests I have is human biology. I wish to be a disability ambassador because of my past experiences with mainstream school. BCP has actually hired me to do a talk for them. I don't remember where it was. It was about my journey from primary, I believe it was, my school journey, basically. I've done the Young Enterprise talk. I'm going to be in front of judges, talking about the product that I've made. Funny enough, it was just tie-dye socks. We almost sold out in like a day. And then obviously I've done the tour with you guys, haven't I?
Yeah, I mean, you were brilliant.
And I've done many other tours before that as well. I've done the Bronze Duke of Edinburgh walk so far. I'm actually really excited to do silver as well. What about you, Robbie? The Duke of Edinburgh?
I only did bronze and silver, but I couldn't be bothered to do gold.
That's fair. That's like, what, a total of 11 weeks with a certain budget. It's like...
Yeah, there's a lot. I looked at doing my gold and it was a lot of work. So
Oh, you've done gold?
I know, I looked at doing it and that was my point. Looked at it and was like, it's too much work.
I've been told, like, what is this? I'm like, no, I'm not doing that.
Much.
I'm not doing that. Recently, we have done Romeo and Juliet at the Tivoli in Wimborne. It was great fun, but felt like my heart was about to jump out every time I was up on stage. I was like, surprised I wasn't shaking after.
But you really enjoyed it.
Oh, yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
It was great.
And were you involved in that, Robbie?
I played Montague, but I wasn't a part of sixth form anymore, as I was at Futures.
Did you enjoy it?
Pretty much.
Thank you. So, Ollie, you're in sixth form at Portfield
Yes.
School. And Robbie, you're a Futures learner. So, I mean, Ollie, what does a typical day at Autism Unlimited at schools look like for you?
Well, you've got your normal lessons. We've got English, maths, we've got drama. I sometimes do science by myself. I'm trying to think what else there is. We've got RSHE, PSHE, sports as well. I think that's all I can think of at the moment.
So, go on, Robbie.
What about educational visits?
Yeah, visits, yes, the trips.
So Futures, Robbie, is a programme that empowers 18 to 25-year-olds. Tell me what an average day looks like for you.
So 3 days a week I do. Futures is all about adult life and to get experience, like getting a job, such thing community days, like going to the gym and cooking, and also the Sacred Heart in Bournemouth, also being independent, travel training. So to be independent, things I want to do after I've left Futures is learn to drive, because that's something I'm hopefully doing but I'm not doing it at the moment because I'm still not ready. But if I do more driving experiences and go-karting, they'll make me be ready in the future, and I'll be ready as soon as I can. And yeah, so that's what it's all about.
That's a fantastic answer. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So, Ollie, you spoke about your experience in mainstream school. So what was life like before Autism Unlimited, and what challenges did you face?
Oh, I faced many challenges. In primary, I was an oblivious child. I knew nothing of what was going on. I didn't get that much support that I thought I was originally getting. And then after that, when I went to secondary, I had to be taken out halfway through year 8. So I had no support. It was getting really stressful. And quick trigger warning for anyone, I did attempt to cut myself. Thankfully, I had my blazer on, so there was no actual damage done. And then as soon as I told my parents that, they were like, okay, no, you don't belong there. That was too stressful to you. We're taking you out to homeschool you. So I was homeschooled for 2 years. And then my friend told me about this school that they're in at the moment, which is Portfield.
Amazing. Wow, it sounds like you went through some really difficult stuff, but I'm glad you're doing a lot better now and you're really enjoying Porterfield by the sound of it. So Robbie, so what was life like for you before Autism Unlimited, and what challenges did you face?
I was part of Autism Unlimited for nearly 4 years now, since I did 3 years at Portfield, which is over at sixth form, and now I'm at Futures because I moved on, and I'm going to be 20 next month. Glad I'm going to not be a teenager anymore, which is I'm hoping for. And and hopefully I'll still learn new things in life. I like going to the cinema, and I like to see what films are on. And I like being independent, making friends, doing things in my local community, still get around. And then hopefully, like I said, that's what it's all about.
Thank you so much for that. So it sounds like Autism Unlimited have helped you a lot. Are there any challenges you faced before you had the support of Autism Unlimited?
Well, I like to make it better, to be more independent and more experience and get freedom, things I wanted to do in the future. I like music festivals. I like going to Thorpe Park. And I like to visit lots of places.
Lovely. Would you say that Autism Limited has helped you be more independent then?
Yes. Something I want to say is independent living at Futures Autism Unlimited. With learners, they get to stay for either 1 night, 2 nights, and 3 nights. And things, what they do is like cooking. They go to the shop at Lidl's and then they come back and they cook. And then after they finished eating, they wash up, dry up, put away. Yeah, that's something I like doing.
So that's brilliant, actually. Thank you for that, Robbie. So, Ollie, how would you say Autism Unlimited has helped you grow and develop?
If you were to talk to me around about 2-3 years ago, I'd be quiet as a mouse right now. I have hypermobility as well. And where I've been sitting down for a lot of my life in the past, my muscles have just became really tight. And I could walk for at most under an hour and I'd be tired. I'd be in pain and all that. But now I'd happily walk an hour or 2 without any pain.
And you would say that's because of your time at Autism Unlimited?
Oh, 100%. 100%.
It's really interesting you say that if we'd met you a year or so ago, you'd be quiet, because Abbie and I came to sixth form and you did our tour for us and you were fantastic. So a year ago, had we met you, you'd be a different Ollie.
Year or 2, yeah.
Thank you for that. What about you, Robbie? How do you think Autism Unlimited has helped you to grow and develop?
Well, to grow and develop is learning how to be more independent. Like, for example, when you feel like to get experience, get a paid job, is also I work at the Marsham Court Hotel at the moment every Friday, but I only volunteer. I do the restaurant, I do the I put the dirty dishes away and put them in the kitchen, put them on the side, and then I also polish the glasses. And yeah, I really like it, and it's very interesting, and I like doing that job, and it's good for my experience. I really work hard. I get a good experience. I'll keep going until I get a paid job.
So, from what both of you have said, your time at Autism Unlimited has been really important to the both of you. Can you share a favourite memory or moment from Autism Unlimited?
It's very difficult to pick from all of them. I've had a lot of great moments. My favourite has to be when I went to go do Young Enterprise, not the final, but when it came to the judging of our products and how well we done. The judges loved it so much that one of them actually wanted to come to sixth form and give a talk on how to run a company, what they do, that they can always help if you want to set up an actual company outside of school. They're amazing.
Wow.
Absolutely amazing people.
Sounds like a really incredible opportunity. How about you, Robbie? What would you say is your favourite moment or memory from Autism Unlimited?
Well, my favourite memory or moment is how I could understand with my feelings if I feel a bit stressed or I feel worried and anxious, and I can write it down on a piece of paper or in my book or diary. And and then when I was little, I wasn't very good at sharing, but now I can, because sometimes when I was little, I find it hard how to communicate my brain, because sometimes everybody's different and they make their own ways. And in life, I cope with things now more like being independent. Like sometimes I cannot cope sitting in restaurants with my whole family, and sometimes I cannot cope being together, but now I can. It's just because sometimes life can easily change by the time as you get older, and that's what happens.
Very true. Well, thank you so much for that, Robbie.
So, Ollie, what support has helped you to feel more capable and confident?
I think just teachers and TAs being there. Like with the Young Enterprise talk I had to do to showcase our product to the judges, I had one of the teachers from sixth form with me, but they didn't have to come up on stage and talk about the product while I have a break. I sat through the whole thing, even though there was like a 5 minutes of tech problem going on. I just stood there.
That's fantastic. Thank you so much. And what about you, Robbie? What support has helped you to feel more capable and confident?
Well, I go to the village gym all by myself. I get the bus, and yeah, I like to lift weights. I like to get stronger. I like to get big guns on my arms. But they're not going to kill anyone, are they?
No.
What support helps you?
What sport helps you, Robbie?
Sometimes I need help on how I feel. Sometimes I have to talk to the counsellor or a social worker to make my worries get better.
Lovely. Thank you so much. We've both spoken about some really amazing things that Autism Unlimited has done for you, but have you noticed any changes in your happiness or self-acceptance since starting at Autism Unlimited?
Yeah, 100% for me. Ever since I joined, before I was subconsciously masking, and I didn't even know. But ever since I joined Portfield, I've just been releasing that mask slowly.
So just for our listener, what is masking, Ollie?
Basically, a way of putting yourself in a mindset where you think you're not autistic. I think that's probably the best way I can explain it.
Yeah, lovely. And Robbie, so have you seen any changes in how you feel and your happiness since starting Autism Unlimited?
I used to get told off more often. I don't get told off very often now because I'm growing up, and then I learn and I understand, and then hopefully I feel more like I understand more in life.
So would you say you're happier now that you're at Autism Unlimited?
Yes.
So how has your view of the future changed since joining Autism Unlimited?
Before joining, I didn't think I was going to ever get a job. Just barely going to make it by and all that. Now I'm thinking, oh, I want to be a scientist. Oh, I want to help people with disabilities in schools or businesses. I want to just help.
That's pretty incredible, Holly. Thank you very much. And what about you, Robbie? How has your view of your future changed since joining Autism Unlimited?
Well, I think the changes, something to do with futures, is how to get more experience in my life. And sometimes it could help my experience. It'll help me be more independent. It'll help me get freedom. It'll help lots of things. Yeah.
And so, Ollie, what support has RiskSTOP Group? So what support have we given you, and how has that helped?
Well, you guys came over to do the mock interview, didn't you? That actually really helped because that actually made my mind ready for when I go get a job. I know what an interview is going to be like, and now I know what a CV looks like as well in person. So I can obviously do the interview, hand over my CV, and all that, basically.
So if you could describe your experience of Autism Unlimited in one word, what would it be?
Has to be just change.
I love that. Thank you, Ollie. And Robbie, if you could describe your experience with Autism Unlimited in one word, what would it be?
With one word, independence.
Love it.
Lovely.
Thank you very much.
Amazing.
Robbie, if you went back to your 10-year-old self, what would you tell yourself?
What would I tell myself?
Yeah, what would you tell your 10-year-old self?
Oh, that's a tough question. I think if I was 10 years old, my interests will be different.
If I were to go back in time and talk to my 10-year-old self and tell him one thing I've learned so far, you're going to make it far. You're just going to go big.
What a brilliant answer. Thank you. You both smashed it, by the way. That was incredible. Thank you. Really, really great.
Yes!
You smashed it. Thank you so much to Ollie and Robbie for coming in to see us today. We've really appreciated their time and their honesty. Now, you can find out more about Autism Unlimited on their socials and at autism-unlimited.org. And to find out more about what RiskSTOP Group does around neurodiversity, please visit our socials and riskstopgroup.co.uk. And that's all for this episode of the People at the Heart podcast. Thank you for everyone for listening in. I, along with one or two other presenters, will be back soon with all kinds of things to talk about with different guests. So keep your eyes peeled for more episode announcements. And remember, here at RiskSTOP Group, it's all about keeping people safe and secure and believing in social responsibility and sustainability. Until the next time, everyone, goodbye for now.